Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. And we have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's going to be BenBot, the BC at the end there, standing for Battle Cruisers, which we very well may see some of those today. And taking on BenBot is going to be none other than Caninana, a bot that I'm not sure I've cast on the new patch yet. But yeah, we'll just see how Caninana is going to do, as these new maps definitely have thrown a wrench into things for these bot authors, as there's new things to consider, like these mineral walls that need to be mined out. It seems that BenBot's author has a tag, which I assume separate mineral patch probably means this, if I had to guess. Now, that might not be the case, but things like that may require bot authors to update their bots, depending on how they perform, depending on how transferable their code is to the new version, as, I mean, lots of things changed in the latest patch, which the bots are a little bit late getting. It's been in the base game of StarCraft 2 for a while now. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a bit of a bunker rush here, as drones for Caninana go to attack the bunker in a very fluid manner, attacking then retreating, which is quite a sensible thing to do, I suppose, as that bunker rush gets shut down quite hard. So a nice opening for Caninana to handle that. It does throw up 2 spine crawlers in response to this, so Caninana's economy is definitely hurting, as those drones do just do a trip of long distance mining from the natural before they get back to work inside the main base. But that natural base will complete, the spine crawlers will be present. I think Caninana will be just a-okay here, so no need to worry. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get 2 likes on this video for 2 spine crawlers, that would be fantastic. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon. You can get notified whenever I put up a new video. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And if you do want to support the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. It goes a long way. Now, Caninana has got 2 spines at its natural, so it should be safe from any sort of aggression. However, now BenBot seems to be going for a bit of a contain, building the bunker further back. And this is something that's interesting, not just throwing it up in the same spot, so there is some contingency for BenBot, I suppose, as far as placing the next bunker. I'm guessing it's just like a fallback placement because there was already creep there, although it didn't see the creep. So it does just seem to be getting set up for a nice contain, which still, while not canceling the natural, can slow Caninana down. Caninana has seen this bunker and is like, oh man, now I got to deal with a bunker. And even the best bots have a tough time handling that efficiently. So Caninana is going very ham on units, getting out some spine crawlers. And then BenBot's contain is just very effective, as the Terran bot doesn't seem to be having any major issues on this map, as it does have the wall getting properly placed. We've got the mineral wall being mined out. And now one thing I did notice on this map that I guess is a consideration potentially for the bot author is that with this location being opened up, there is the potential for like an attacked or run-bys to come and kind of ignore BenBot's wall that it will eventually establish here. So we'll see if that happens, as these rocks in the middle of the map, we actually can catch a glimpse of them thanks to this Overlord. Or, oh no, there's an SCV just tucked in there for BenBot. It seems to like that spot as the SCV tries to path into that unpathable location. But, yeah, these rocks do eventually die over time, which opens up the path towards this base, and so it kind of nullifies those defenses. Roaches for Caninana are poking down the ramp, as the blue Zerg does want to clear this out as soon as possible before this problem becomes a big problem, and it will be reaching the big problem stage, as there is a tank crossing the map for BenBot. So unless Caninana cleans this up soon, things will be very problematic. These roaches are staying burrowed. I'm not sure why it's not just constantly skirmishing here against this bunker. We'll see if it does pop out. Maybe the tank will be a fair prize. Roaches do decide to go down the ramp. Caninana says tank sieged, and so it is just going to dive on top of this bunker, not diving on top of the tank, which would be the prime target. The bunker will fall, though, and that can definitely be good for Caninana, but as we see, the tank fire is able to kill those roaches before they burrow, so while the bunker was killed, the tank was not, which is the main threat here. As BenBot is teching behind this, getting a fusion core on the way. We do seem to have the bug in BenBot, in which it's taking the wrong gases, which will greatly slow it down. It's because of the weird distances, I assume, on torches. Like, this refinery, I assume, is closer than this one, which I assume is the logic going on with BenBot. Either that or there's just some other bug or something. But that is not very good for BenBot, so it will slow it down and give Caninana a bit of good grace, which it definitely needs, as the Zerg bot is really hard contained here. And this is the thing with Caninana, like, it does a very good job macroing up and booming once it's dealt with the early aggression, but seeing as how this contain is still going on, it's not dealt with the early aggression, so it hasn't been able to pivot to focus on its economy, so it's really been slowed down here. Roaches are moving down that ramp. They are not burrowing as a Marauder and tank slow them down. And yeah, Caninana is still just being contained. Marauders are poking up at the front. One of them does go down. This roach doesn't burrow again, though, which is very bizarre. I'm not sure why that is. There is that roach that was burrowed in front of the tank does unburrow. This is because there is a Raven now, so basically these roaches have no choice but to fight. Still, though, the bunker and the tank are going to just cause a lot of problems here for Caninana as it fails to clean this up yet again. The Zerg bot is hard locked on 2 bases against an opponent that has got a 3rd command center on location. And yeah, BenBot's bunker rush has just really been refined. It's very strong now. Roaches are moving forward. Their behavior is almost better now that they've got tunneling claws as they take some damage and retreat. I think the best function of roaches is just to take that damage, then get back in there. But man, oh man, now we're seeing 2 tanks sieged up here, so that is going to cut through the HP pool of those roaches very quick. We may never see Caninana get a 3rd base in this game, as the contain from BenBot is just so strong right now. And yeah, I mean, roaches and queens are trying to skirmish. BenBot is having a build order issue. I will turn off the chat there. And yeah, I do have like a bit of a tangent I want to go on. I'll try and remember to go on that at the end of the video, by the way, because I do want to get some feedback from you guys. So let's see, we've got queens transfusing each other, skirmishing with the Marauders. Roaches moving down the ramp as the Marauders do take some damage and do go down. So that was a good trade for the Roaches against the Marauders. Maybe there's enough to break this containment, but man, oh man, Caninana is in a very tough position. Roaches are moving forward. Still, though, 2 tanks shelling away. Drones have died, or pardon me, I guess no drones. I guess that was a ling or something. Maybe a roach that ran to the left. BenBot, though, is teching up very effectively. Not as effectively as it would be if it had the proper gases taken, but still, as it's getting BCs on the way. Caninana really needs to break this location out and potentially expand out soon. There is a heavy, heavy roach count here for Caninana. It's presently 20, which is more than enough in order to break these tanks in the bunker, depending on the micro. The roaches do decide to go forward, chasing that Marauder. They may actually get a tank here. We'll see. No, it looks like Caninana does just flee in the face of that. And this has been something which Caninana has struggled with in the past, is when to commit, as it is very, very cautious when it comes to taking engagements. Instead of sort of suicide, it really tries to keep its units alive, as it's doing here, which is a good thing in a lot of cases, but in this case, you just need to break the location. That's priority number 1. Even the main base will be starting to mine out here. It's 83 workers against 32. I think BenBot may just be getting a bit of a build order win in this game, as yeah, Caninana is quickly running out of time. And we'll see. I really do hope it can at least break this bunker in this game. This game isn't about Caninana winning at this point. It's about whether Caninana break the bunker. Battlecruiser now shows on up. That's really going to add a wrinkle to this. We get spores and infestation pit promptly thrown down. Queens are afraid of the BC, but someone's got to do it. So the Queens do fire at that battlecruiser, transfusing the spine crawler, which the BC is attacking. Interestingly enough, roaches are still just on the high ground, some of them eating tank shots. There's now 3 tanks, which is very problematic. As if Caninana couldn't break 1 or 2, I'm not sure a 3rd tank will be broken. Unless Caninana just, like, techs up, I don't know, into, like, Swarm Host or something like that in order to break these tanks. Roaches move forward. They target the bunker first, letting the tank get some shots off. And, yeah, we're getting Neural Parasite on the way, which is interesting. This is the longest contain I think we've seen BenBot have this go on, as it's a very, very strong strategy. If you're to program a Terran bot, this is just great value as far as an opening goes, because BenBot doesn't really have to worry about harassment while it's containing its opponent, that much anyway. And to solve said harassment, it's got turrets and planetaries and everything nice. The roaches have got +1 attack. I mean, +2 attack is on the way. A few more drones getting squeezed on out. I mean, I might even start fast forwarding at this point. We've got the BC coming in once again, going to Yamato Cannon and Overseer. Now, Caninana does have an Infestor on the way, so we may see it try and build like its killing zone with Spore Crawlers, and it's actually going to spend its very limited money on that, so it can potentially start killing off those BCs. Overseer's flying around. But there is a Raven. I mean, BenBot's good at scanning. That was a dead drone trying to secure an expansion. But let's see. The BC comes on in. And yeah. Queen's going to skirmish with it. Should be enough to push it back for now. But Caninana's supply has started to go down instead of up, as it's just running out of money. I guess building those Spore Crawlers was pretty expensive. Roaches do go down the ramp. Raven reveals them. Plenty of them die to the tanks. 50 roaches have died so far. More infestors are being built. This is just a survival mission for Caninana at this point, as it's pumping out what little infestors it can afford, but I don't think we're ever going to see it break this bunker. If it does, I'll be happy. That's the goal at this point in the game. And, yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about this more so at the end of the cast, but I did kind of want to know your guys' take on it, because, like, I'm not one to... I'm not going to lie or anything. Like, the bot games have been a little rough since the latest patch. And so... Oh, we get a nice Neural Parasite on this BC. We'll hold the phone for that. There was a scan, but nothing to kill the Infestor, so the Battlecruiser... Will it get teleported into the killing zone? Yes, it will. So Caninana continues to fight the good fight. Does kill off that BC as the survival challenge begins. How many BCs will die this game? Yeah, but I'm not going to like, yeah, this is the best bot game ever. Where we've got BenBot having, well, not taking its natural base gas. Maybe it's because of the distance. Maybe BenBot checks for the gas based on distance to the base, and this gas is a little too far. I don't know. But yeah, so I was thinking, like, should I keep casting daily bot games, or really try and filter out and just post more different videos or something like that? I was thinking I might throw up like a procast or two on this channel. Just as it is definitely a bit rough when... For we don't have all the bots on the ladder. Like, we don't have the best bot, -0. Micro Machine's not on there. Sharkbot's not on there. So there is fewer bots to choose games from. And then, of course, some of them do have bugs. So it does kind of limit our selection of great games to cast. And I honestly don't know what's going on with BenBot versus Caninana in this one. I think it just came down to some very good bunker positioning. As, yeah, Caninana doesn't usually get whooped this hard by BenBot with the bunker contained. We do have BCs getting knurled again. 3 of them have died, so this is actually going to be definitely just about how many battlecruisers can Caninana kill off a 2-base economy in this game. It's even getting up to a hive, which is just goofy. 4 BCs at a time are being produced. No infestors have died yet, though. And, yeah. Anyway, that's my take on it. By the time this video is uploaded, and I hear your guys' feedback, because I do have a backlog going currently, as having to build a backlog before I go on my honeymoon for a month. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And like I said, in a month it might not even be something we consider. Infestor does wander too far forward into the siege tanks. BenBot is skirmishing with the bio. Neural Parasite catches a Viking. Scan going to reveal that Infestor, though, as Caninana is trying to hold the line, but BenBot is maxed out. It has 5 BCs with 3 more on the way. Terran Supply is misleading like that. Queen skirmishing. Their ability to fight the VCs gets worse as time rolls on and upgrades get better and better. So, okay, this is the time where I'm like, how does this game go on for another... Okay, I thought this was a 30-minute replay. It's a 19-minute replay, pardon me. Yeah, I think we've seen all we need to see for this one here. Big thanks to everyone that does watch these videos. I hope you enjoy the commentary, even if we don't always have perfect games on the channel. And, yeah, just, if you guys do happen to see some interesting games, if you're bot authors, send them my way, and I will definitely cast them. But yeah, I might do, like, some best of 7s or something on the channel of pro games. I do have the second channel for that, but, it feels wrong not to post a daily video on this channel, as I have done that for so long. But this will definitely get better as time goes on. We've only got 3 maps in this current season of the bot games. We've got lots of bugs, obviously. Like, it's important to remember that the previous I don't know how long, but it was years, I imagine, in which, yeah, it's been literally probably like 5 years since there's been a balance patch or something on the bot games, if I had to guess. Because that's when Blizzard kind of, you know. And so it is a big deal, a patch like this coming through. It's going to cause lots of problems. And that's just the thing. Programmers will have to solve those problems. Well done to BenBot. The author definitely is putting in the work on the latest patch. We did have like the odd little bug, this SCV getting stuck. I think we saw a scouting one at first trying to path into that unpathable area. I imagine if there's like updates to the frameworks that some bots use, not every bot uses a framework. BenBot doesn't. But, like, for example, who knows, maybe Sharpie SC2 or Python SC2 will account for basically pathing into areas like that. I'm not sure on how the fundamentals of that work. Anyway, what a rambly cast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Thanks for watching.